Super
I'm
serious.
Dr. Fraser Crane. Coming in. Oh, are we? Is this recording now?
What's that spooky movie? Is it a hit? Don't ask Alenka, she'll say, I haven't seen it.
Welcome to the Haven't Halloween Seen It podcast. Haven't seen any movies about the Halloween and I haven't seen any of the people that are on the show, and we're talking about movies from Halloween. I'm Alenka Zach.
I'm Will, and one day you are going to get that, Alenka. You're going to get it perfectly.
I know. I'm trying so hard. I don't even remember what that actual intro is supposed to say anymore. I just know Halloween, haven't seen it, supposed to be in it. I think I got those parts.
I mean, I have a sneaking suspicion that next episode, you're actually going to get it perfectly. I have a sneaking suspicion.
Are you a mind reader, or is that because we pre-recorded that episode?
It could be either or. Who knows?
Yeah,
Who the fuck
you're
knows?
right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
Only us and the next guest know. Speaking of next guest, you guys, today on the show, we're super excited. We have the Katelyn Molgard. Oh man, do it.
You have that?
There you go. Yes. Katelyn is a badass Toronto musician and a part of the punk rock band Bad Waitress, baby.
Double horns.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, that was my chair. Yeah, that's me. I'm Katelyn Molgard. Hi.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, Katelyn. I'm very excited.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, anytime. That's no big deal.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, I have a feeling the movie we're talking about is not a comedy, but it's gonna be. Because... Is it a comedy?
Funny.
It's got some comedic elements to it.
I would call it a tragic comedy.
Oh, no.
To be quite honest. Yeah.
I'm
it's
excited.
dark, but it's hilarious. Oh, okay. So I'm allowed to spoil some bits, right?
Oh, we're spoiling the whole thing for
Okay,
Alenka.
sorry, Alenka.
Sorry, Alenka.
You've had
it's fine.
a long
Well,
time.
Alenka, why am I black and white? What movie are we talking about?
We're talking about Ting Tang, Walla Walla Bing Bang, Frankenstein. We're talking about Frankenstein. Yes.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
That was good. Thank you.
We're talking Frankenstein.
Is it Frankenstein or Frankenstein?
It's a Frankenstein.
Is that correct?
I mean,
I
it's
believe
Stein or Steen, whatever you want to call it.
Frankenstein, Steen. Okay, good.
It's not Frankenstein like our previous guest.
Yeah, no
Hayden
stains on the
Finkelstein.
sheets here. Well, maybe a couple stains on the sheets. But
Bloody stains.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where the heck is this movie actually take place, actually?
Where does it
Wait,
take place,
before we actually tell you, why don't you tell us how you think this movie,
Okay.
like, what is this movie about? What does it do?
So sorry. So sorry. I know this is adapted from a book ski from Mary Shelley.
You got it.
Bingo, dingo.
Thank you. Which, like, she was a girl that wrote some shit. She did. And it was monumentous. Now, monumentous? Magneto? Monumental. Thank you. So it was that. And so from what I understand is now there's a guy, a mad scientist, and his name is Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess this is like in Germany.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Close.
Getting
You're close.
Close. Okay. And he lives in a castle, the doctor, and he makes shit. And he's like, I'm going to say maybe somebody in his life died. And he was like, I'm going to fucking pick up the bits and pieces, kibble and bitses of like these dead people out in the cemetery next door, sew them all up. And he makes Frankenstein, which is actually Frankenstein's monster, right? I think so. And Frankenstein gets all, maybe he's a gentle dude, but everybody in the village is like, this is blasphemous. This is the devil's work. And so they're like pitchforks and fire. And they're like, we're going to kill him. And I don't really know how it ends. See, I think I kind of know a lot about the movie, but not.
I know you're
much.
under a film rock, but I'd be highly suspect if you did not know anything about the classic Frankenstein story.
Yeah, me
But
too.
you haven't seen this movie, and
No.
a lot of stuff happens that you might not realize happens.
Is this a love story?
There's some loving in it.
Yeah, a little bit of loving. Yeah.
I don't know. The way you said it makes me so stressed. Yeah, no, now I feel very stressed out. There's some loving. There's a hearty PG-13 love scene.
Oh, God.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of heartbreak in the movie, which entails
Okay.
love before the heartbreak.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, you'd have to be. You can't just have a broken heart over nothing. Come on. You got to feel some emotion. But to love is to also hate. So I'm sure it's fine. They'll be fine.
Oh, there's plenty of that too.
Oh, fuck, I'm excited. I'm excited.
It runs the gamut.
Well, Caitlin, why did you pick Frankenstein to talk about today?
I think I chose Frankenstein because it's been represented so many times in so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And the 1931 movie is like quintessential and very important, but it's also extremely dated now. So the special effects are funny. There's a very, very special part at the end where the doctor gets
so excited.
thrown from a windmill.
Oh, yes.
And it's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. There's some gong sounds. It's basically really funny. It's really funny.
I'm excited.
But also, I really love the book. And I've read it multiple times. I've listened to it on audiobook multiple times. So I guess it's familiar territory, I guess. That's why I chose it. Yeah. It's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Will be interested to hear interpretations then of the movie and the book, because the book was first, yeah?
Indeed.
Yes.
How old that book?
Oh, that's
How old?
1818.
Oh.
Yes.
Damn.
That's how old that book is.
It's quite old.
Guys, it's almost 200 years old.
God, it's like a 200-year book.
Oh my God.
Bonkers.
That's actually quite old. It's filthy.
It's
filthy
200,
old.
202 years old, isn't it?
I don't know.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Wait, is it?
That's
is
a
that
bad
how
no.
math works?
No, it's
18.
Actually, no, it is. Yeah, it is 202.
You're good.
Yeah.
You
202.
did it.
You're good.
At first, I was like, "No, I'm way off the math," and then I was like, "No, I am on. I am on the math.
You're
yeah,
on
I
the
got
math.
On the math.
Yeah.
Will's not only running the show, but he can math.
Oh,
So
Real
math.
hard.
Arithmetic. The worst.
So bad. My heart hurts. Anyway.
Oh. Well, this is a very exciting moment. This is the first time that the drink has actually been left to the guest, to Alenka, and the viewers, or listeners, I should say. The drink for this week is called The Monster.
Yeah.
And basically, all you got to do is take whatever is left over in your alcohol cabinet, or if you don't drink, whatever you have in the fridge, and just put it in a glass. And I'm really excited to describe our creations.
Yeah.
So I think we should start with Dr. Katelyn's monster.
Okay.
It's the best, though.
That's Professor Molgard to you. Okay. So, mine, it's a tactile experience. We've got... I started off with club soda. Always a great place to start.
That is a good start.
Then I was like, I need some color, some spookiness. So I put some 2% milk in it.
Ooh,
No big deal.
spooky.
Yeah, it's spooky.
It's ghostly.
It's really scary because I'm lactose intolerant. So I'm doing this out of love. Then I freshly squeezed an orange juice.
Ooh.
An orange to make the juice.
Yeah.
And
it looks like it's separating in so many ways.
It's It's got a 7-layer bean dip look to it right now. The top is this murky film. It is a horror.
Mm-hmm.
A horror in and of itself.
It's,
So
yeah.
there's also some coconut water in here too. Just can't. It's gotta be good somehow.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It honestly sounds somewhat. If it wasn't
Sounds good.
separating so much, yeah, it probably would be fine.
Yeah. It sounds good, like kind of a creamsicle-esque
Yeah.
dealio.
Oh yeah, actually.
Mhm.
But
That's
it looks
true, actually.
like the dead marshes from Lord of the Rings. Like it's
Yeah, it does a little, doesn't it? Yeah. Like you'd want to find a body floating in there.
Mm,
yeah,
Yeah.
Which
it's
she
thematic.
might have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, spoiler, not for this movie, but for Bobby De Niro's Frankenstein.
Oh
It's more like the womb he fucking falls out of or whatever.
Ew.
yeah. Oh my
What?
god! Can we talk about that Frankenstein?
Change my
we should
mind.
we should do a sequel episode with
Oh, we
that
should.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's basically Kenneth Branagh's soft porn, like half naked and wet the whole movie.
Yeah.
So
Ew.
I'm into talking about that.
I could talk about that.
He kind of
Um,
looks like my drink.
Does he have jaundice? Yellow disease? What were you saying?
Well, Lenka,
Okay.
I wanna see
Yeah.
Professor
Okay,
Zach's
mine
monster.
is of this color, a greenish gray
Ooh.
sort of color. It seems of the correct color. Now I wanted a good variety, so what I pulled out of the cabinet was the Midsummer Hendrix gin.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, some Cointreau, whatever. Some Blue Curacao,
Mm.
some Campari, some Goldschlager, some Jameson, and a little bit of bitters.
Wow.
Yeah, and I put it in a tiny baby glass because I was like, this shit's gonna get me fucked and I had nothing to mix with it. So I was like, we're gonna go baby small. And do you know in the store where you buy your alcohol, where they sometimes pre-mixed shots that are
Yeah, yeah.
split?
Yeah.
I use that to fill the cup. So I
Great.
would fill each half a couple times and dump and dump. And
There you go.
honestly,
Ingenuity.
yeah, it's
is it?
not that bad. It's like a bitter, more citrusy Goldschlager taste. Yeah, it's not
too bad.
terrible.
That's pretty good. That's nice.
It appears black, dark
Yeah.
as night. Very
It is.
spooky.
It is quite
Ooh.
dark.
Pretty
Yeah.
spooky one.
This could
Yeah.
be in a witch's cauldron, I think.
Indeed.
Add a little
Yeah.
bit of smoke. It'd be
Yeah.
nice.
Oh,
Ooh,
yes.
we should have done that. You should have smoked the
Mhm.
glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, if only I could.
Only
I
we
could
had Zach
see-
Parsons here to do that.
It's
I
true.
could very much see a Victorian Mary Shelley with
Right.
that in
Mhm.
hand.
Yeah, and I tried to put it in a glass that I thought felt of the times.
Yes.
And this
Yeah.
little fucking, what would you
And
even call this
an
glass?
appropriate glass to drink out of at
It's
1 p.m. in the afternoon.
old-timey.
It's an old timey glass. That's the one that I picked. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, Will, let's see your stupid drink.
Oh, so my drink, this is what it looks like.
It's got antennae.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually kind of a reddish. It looks kind of bloody. Like it's pretty
Oh.
dark red. I'm in
Ooh.
black and white, so no one can see that. But
Which I
what
understand is an artistic choice.
Yeah, super artistic, super on purpose. That's what I meant to do. But in it, I got some Kraken rum from our Arrival episode.
yeah,
I've got some Jägermeister and brandy from our Casablanca episode.
Oh, yeah.
I've got some
Almost.
green melon liqueur from our Thing episode that we just did. And I finished off my Jack Daniels that I still had from our Titanic episode.
Yikes.
I added in some grenadine and a little bit of soda water. And then my green melon liqueur came with some metal straws. So I put them in to be like Frankenstein's bolts or Frankenstein's
Yeah.
monsters
Nuts.
bolts. Yeah.
Are they nuts or are they
yeah,
bolts?
it's his nuts. Yeah,
Frankenstein's nuts.
Frankenstein's nuts.
Yeah.
Franken nuts.
it's like we couldn't find human testicles, so I just installed some fucking metal ass shit right down there.
That's a sentence.
That's a sentence. That's how Will gets through his life. So
And
cheers, friends.
It
Here's
tastes like
a
the King's
D.
Cup. That's what it tastes like.
Like what?
Like the King's Cup.
Oh, yuck.
Like back in university.
How does yours actually taste, Caitlin?
Quite lovely.
Yeah, no, I feel like it would.
I feel like because I ran out of coffee this morning,
Yeah.
and I kind of feel like a walking corpse, which is also thematic. But yeah, the vitamin C in here is really giving me that jolt of electricity.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh my god, I want to get an award for getting the most on this show. That is my new goal.
That's your new, yeah, great, Will. Way to go. Look at how excited she is. So happy. All right.
Okay, cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers it.
Clang.
Ting.
um,
It's
Well,
not bad, but it's not.
we've revealed our monsters, but let's talk about the real monster.
Oh.
Caitlin.
I'm the
How?
monster?
No. I'm doing dramatic pauses.
Oh, no.
That
Caitlin,
pause was a little long, my friend.
how does this movie start?
It starts in a cemetery. A
Ooh.
spooky cemetery.
Ooh.
There's a
Actually,
few-
which version did you watch?
the 1931 one. Is that
Okay.
where it started?
Yeah. No, well, I kind of want to do something different, actually.
Oh,
Let's show a link
Okay.
at the opening of the movie,
What?
and it actually opens with a message
oh, right,
from-
that guy.
from Edward Van Sloan, who basically prefaced like every movie back then, the
Oh,
Mummy
really?
and Frankenstein and other monster movies that were made, with a warning to the audience.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
How do you do?
Well, thank you.
Mr. Carl Emley feels it would be a little unkind to present this picture without just a word of friendly warning. We're about to unfold the story of Frankenstein, a man of science who sought to create a man after his own image without reckoning upon God. He is one of the strangest tales ever told. He deals with the two great mysteries of creation, life and death.
Oh.
I think it will thrill you.
Oh, I
It
don't
may
like him.
shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
That was so cheeky and scary.
Oh,
I don't like that.
but that's actually how the whole movie starts. Is that little
Right.
warning
What a
from that
bitch.
dude?
All right. Well, fuck that guy. I'm going to watch it anyways. I'm going to listen to it.
You
Now
have
we can take it
been
away.
warned.
Yeah, where is he from?
He's a guy.
Transylvania.
Yeah, it sounds like.
Yeah, he was just in all these horror movies where he like gave a warning to the audience with his
It's a-
creepy ass voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we had, ratings, we
Yeah.
needed
No ratings.
that guy.
We
We
need
needed
some guy
that
to,
dude.
to tell you what was going to happen.
I love it.
Okay.
The impending
he's on.
doom is set.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's great. Yeah, so then I guess the actual movie starts. Sorry, I'm just eating the film off my drink. Yeah, so it starts off in a cemetery. There's a funeral occurring. They're doing like their old timey Latin, like bye, and then the procession. They lead the procession disappears off, and then it's just a grave digger.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's revealed that Dr. Frankenstein, who is called Henry Frankenstein.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
It's
come on.
kind of weird.
Henry.
I know, right? Harry Frankie. Hanky Frankie Panky. Yeah. So him and was it Fritz?
Fritz.
Fritz.
I thought it was
Cool name.
Igor. It's
Yeah.
not Igor.
It's not, but he's
No,
the
that's-
Igor character. I
well,
forgot
that's
about
young
Igor.
Frankenstein
Yeah.
is the parody that has Igor in it.
Yeah,
There's
young
no
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Igor.
I thought so. I was like, oh, there's Igor. And then I was like, oh, shit. No, it's Fritz.
Fritz.
He's on the Fritz.
Now-
yes.
What does he look like?
He's got a hunchback, and he actually does not look crazy like how you might. He looks like a normal kind of dude in his face, but then he just has a hunchback, and he doesn't even slightly talk like "Yes, master." He just kind of talks
Like
like,
a normal
okay,
guy.
like just a regular
just
dude.
kind of like a little like kind of following his orders, but a little
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
He's like his
about it.
sheepish sidekick.
Mm.
Mhm.
Nice.
He seems
Okay.
cool. Like I'd hang
Yeah.
out with him.
Yeah. I didn't even know I
chill
didn't even
with him.
realize he had a hunchback until like he climbs up a pole.
Oh yeah, and when there's a scene where he has to walk up that weird staircase,
Oh yeah.
And
and
that's
he's
when you
got
see
a
it.
tiny little stick
Aw,
because it's so cute. He's just precious.
it's so cute.
Tiny
Yeah.
little cane.
He's a sweetie pie. But they are scoping things out because they need to because Dr. Harry Frankenstein needs some supplies. And that's when you go to like,
The graveyard for supplies.
yeah. It was like
Like
going
when you
to
go to
like,
Home Depot and you want to find the dead body aisle, and you're like,
right.
I need the intestines, I need the pelvis.
Yeah. He's got
He's
his
doing
list.
that, but in graves. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because Home Depot hasn't had that body parts aisle for quite some
No.
time now. So makes
And
sense.
like you did ask where this movie is based. It's based in the
yeah.
Bavarian Alps.
Bavaria.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which I don't think is a country anymore. It's just it's Germany.
Is it?
Yeah. Bavaria
Okay.
doesn't exist anymore.
No, that
Or
makes
is it?
sense.
I don't know. It's a state within Germany.
Okay.
I'm just going to sit that one out because I don't know.
Sometimes we say a lot of things we don't know.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm just going to pretend I'm an expert on Bavaria for a moment.
Bavaria.
please do it.
Bavaria.
Yeah, okay. So where are we right now? Okay. Not far in. Yeah. So I don't really remember what happens after that.
Well, they're getting bodies. They're getting the bodies.
Right.
And
Buddies.
then they've gotten they grave dug one body. They're like digging that shit out from that funeral.
Right.
And then they pull down a body of someone who's been hung, like because they're a criminal.
Right.
But that criminal's brain is bad. He's like, no, this brain is not good.
The neck
So-
is broken.
Yeah,
The
neck is
brain-
broken.
Yeah, so they have
Okay.
to go. Then they gotta go find some fresh brains.
Mhm.
Like actual fresh, like real people fresh, like they're gonna kill the person fresh, or
No.
okay.
Wait for it.
No.
This is so the next scene. I think it's the scene in the laboratory.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's like this medical school, and I want to call him Igor so bad. but
I
I'm
know.
not going to. Anyway, but it's like
Fucking
this
Fritz.
iconic
What kind of
part
fucking
of
name
the
is that?
film where he goes in to steal a fresh brain,
Mhm.
and of course,
Oh, okay.
Hollywood. There's the normal, cool, run-of-the-mill brain, and then there's the evil, criminal, abnormal brain.
Mm.
That's the man who murdered and killed.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So Fritz goes to grab the jar from the normal brain, and then there's a gong sound. There's him.
Oh yeah.
I watched it with like the subtitles on, I've gotten into the habit of doing that.
Yeah.
And it gives you like the audio cues and it says gong chimes.
It's not much of a chime though, is it?
So startled, he drops the jar of the normal brain and it smashes. And he panics and he grabs the abnormal brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That moment is very comedic, and it's like this is like that example of like it's supposed to be a horrifying movie, but they got to throw this like physical comedy where he's just like holding it, and then the gong goes and drops it and looks, and it just drops, and it's like that's so slapsticky.
Egads.
That's all they knew. Egad. That's all they knew.
Yeah, it was the 30s.
Exactly.
It was
Just slapping sticks and having a giggle.
Oh yeah, just a giggle puss.
That's our Fritz. The giggle puss.
Fritz the giggle. And then he jaunts home to Dr. Frank. He's not apprehensive whatsoever that he's picking up the criminal brain.
I think it's kind of insinuated that he's not very smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's because of the hunchback, clearly. I don't know why he's not supposed to be smart.
Yeah. They probably are just assholes and added that.
It is the 30s, so,
yeah.
you know.
They don't fucking know. All right.
Yes.
So he jaunts home.
Yeah, he jaunts home to the friggin' tower. It's like a watchtower on a hill. Where he's all holed up.
Yeah.
And making his experiments. But I think actually we cut to basically Henry's main house where he's supposed to live, like his father's house, the Frankenstein estate.
The Baron.
The
Baron.
But we meet his fiance Elizabeth.
Oh.
And his friend Victor. And at first I was like, I thought his name was Victor. I thought it was Victor Frankenstein, but it's Henry Frankenstein.
Oh.
Yeah.
It might be.
Interesting choice. They choose like the friend zoned guy to be Victor.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this guy wants to fuck Elizabeth. He's very much just like they have this whole little scene where he's like, I wish you felt about me that you feel about Henry or something. Like this is supposed to be his best friend.
Sorry? He says what?
Oh, he says something like I hope you feel the same way about me as you do Henry or something. I don't know. Basically implying like he wishes they could be together.
And what's her response?
She goes, Victor. And he's like, I'm sorry.
Oopsie.
She goes like,
I didn't mean it.
I friend zoned you 2 years ago.
Yeah. So they're basically discussing, they're both very concerned for Henry's well-being because he's been locked away and he's putting all his experiments before his girlfriend and his family, you know. He's turning into the mad doctor. And so, yeah, they're just talking about going to check on him eventually.
Yes. At the watchtower.
Yeah.
Well, first, they actually go check on his old professor, Dr. Waldman.
Right.
Dr. Waldman?
Yeah, Dr. Baldman.
Waldman.
Is he bald?
No, he's not. He's got a full head of hair. Dr. Waldman.
Okay.
Waldman. I said it like Waldman, like you said in German, like Waldman.
Yeah, I get it.
On that note, knowing that it's just a bunch of Americans, I love listening to their half-assed pronunciation of German words.
Yeah.
And they are all actually American.
Oh, yeah. It's all, yeah.
It was
a lot of it. They come in like,
yeah,
Herr Frankenstein or Fraulein, and then they just go back to the regular.
Into normal fucking talk. Classic.
So it's spelled Waldman, but they're all like Waldman.
Actually, on that note, later there's a scene with one of the maids of the Frankenstein household, and I swear she's doing like a 30s New York accent. She's just like, but Mr. Frankenstein's not here. So I'm like, she's literally, it's very one line, but I caught it. I'm like, that is not anything
Mr. Frankenstein's not
based
here
in this
today.
country.
That's amazing.
Can I take a message, Dollface?
Dollface?
Fraulein.
Fraulein.
Oh,
I'd
that'd be
watch
a
that.
great version. Yeah.
She deserves a spin-off.
Let's just overdub
What is this
right
New
now.
York maid doing in Germany?
Yeah, exactly.
Bavaria, no less.
Bavaria. Yeah. How'd
In
you
the
get
Alps.
here?
How?
In the 30s, and why?
Blimp.
All right.
So yeah, they go visit Dr. Waldman, his old professor, and he informs them it's like he left the university because he wanted bodies. He wanted more bodies, more human bodies that we could provide, basically.
What the fuck? So they were providing a few, but then he just got a little too greedy, and they're like, you know what, man? We can't anymore.
Yeah.
I think he needed fresher ones to
Yeah.
fulfill his.
Not as dead, you know?
Yeah. Not as dead. Freshly
What
dead.
was he studying then? Where is he studying? Why?
They don't. I think it's just general science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Doctor
about
shit,
that.
you know.
Some
Yeah.
doctor shit.
Professor, doctor things. Yeah.
They talk about galvanism, which was a big thing in the 1800s, which is like the reanimation of body parts using electrical currents.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Which is actually the inspiration that Mary got, like a lot, like that, like how the process of Frankenstein's monster came to be was, in fact, inspired by a lot of like the experiments that she was experiencing at the time using galvanism. Yeah.
Thank you for that TED Talk. It was great.
You're very welcome. I know a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like they're like they can like the doctor is like he's like I've warned. He's like you shouldn't go see him. He's not in a good place.
Yeah.
And she's like, but you have to come. He'll listen to you. And he's like, well, I've warned you, but I will come with you because you asked me to. Even though he seems afraid to go.
More screen time in this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I need more.
So all three of them, they head to the watchtower on the hill. Where
So weird. How did
he's
he
doing
just
his
get
shit.
this watchtower also?
I mean, he looks like he's royalty or some shit.
Yeah.
Why go to school?
Wow.
Some people just want to gain knowledge. They don't care about earthly goods. Oh my god!
It's like trust fund
he
kids.
does. He
Learning
cares
an
about
instrument.
bodies. That's materialistic.
Where are we? I'm getting like derailed so easily.
This is now the scene where Fritz is walking up and down the stairs. But basically,
Okay.
Frankenstein and Fritz are in the last preparations to create their monster.
Yeah.
They're human being. It's not a monster yet.
Yeah, they're just trying to make a human.
Yeah, he's laying blanket on this like platform that they're gonna raise up, but they're like getting all the electricity going. It's all like like Tesla bubbles and whatnot. Yeah.
Yes.
Elon Musk of
Yeah.
the 1800s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't they knock on the door?
Oh yeah, they
Right.
bang hard on that door.
They bang hard. And then so I guess there's like his intervention group that comes to see him.
Basically, yeah.
So we've
In
got
the middle of him bringing this Hume to life?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they interrupt his goddamn experiment. Like talk
Yeah.
about like pick
Rude.
your moment.
Yeah.
So Fritz goes to answer the door very slowly.
Yeah,
One
with his cane.
foot at a time. You gotta see this cane. It's
Left
tiny. It's like a foot and a half tall.
It's tiny. Is he also tiny?
Well, he's
just
hunched
bent.
over.
Right.
Yeah, he's the bent man.
He's in a U shape. He's the
He's just
crooked man.
Bent. Aww.
He's a bent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Chiropractics, weren't as
Prominent.
Yeah.
So then they
get in. They gain
get
access
in somehow. Yeah.
Well, he's like, no, he mustn't be disturbed. And then they it's pouring rain, by the way, and they're like yelling up. And then finally Frankenstein sees that Elizabeth is there. So obviously he's not going to leave his fiance out in the rain. Okay. Although he does do something really fucking stupid later on, but we'll get to that. To his
that
fiance.
is a small cane.
But
you saw it?
tiny.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
It is comically small.
Imagine this, though. Imagine, like, he wasn't hunchbacked until he started using that goddamn
cane?
cane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, there's just not enough wood for us to make a regular sized cane. This is all we have. And he's like, well, I guess I'll take it.
I guess I'll be a hunchback.
He just had a limp originally, but
Yeah.
he's developed
A back
humpinism or whatever.
of hump.
Humpinism.
So, okay, so he's like, can't leave my lady outside.
Yeah, so Victor, Elizabeth, and Dr. Waldman enter the tower, and Henry.
I know, it's so hard.
Henry
so
is
wrong.
like, Victor is like, you're insane, man. Like, about how crazy he's being, and he's just kind
to
of
let
like,
them in?
he's just like,
no.
I'm crazy. You'll see. I'm not crazy. He's all very dark and like mysterious at this point.
It's kind of sexy.
Kind of hot.
It's actually a pretty good performance, I have to say.
Yeah, fantastic.
Pretty arousing performance.
Yeah.
So he brings them up, and then he like locks the door, and he's just like, I have to take extra precautions, you see. And then he's talking to the doctor, and I love this line where he goes like, I took your violet rays, your ultraviolet rays.
Yes.
It's a weird
How do you
kind of
take that?
He's like
How do you
going
take that?
off. He's going off here.
Yeah.
Talking about like a special ray.
He discovered a
I
new
don't
kind
know.
of ray, I guess. Like, they don't say what it is, just that, I found something different. I don't know.
Okay.
They don't go super. It's not like
Yeah.
modern times where they try to like science the hell
it
out of the
up, yeah.
movie. They just say he discovered something. He's not going to tell you about it. It's just, it's there. It's going to happen.
Just no. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll wait for that.
Yeah. And basically, he tells them all to like sit down. He tells his fiance to sit down too.
Sit
Like, they
your
can't
ass
move.
Okay.
And then this is the moment. This is what happens.
And they all get to watch?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, yeah, just like a couple
that's
cucks
kind
in
of
the corner.
exciting. You love that.
Yeah.
So he raises up the body into the lightning storm, and the great secret spooky rays zaps the corpse.
It's quite long though. It's like up
Yeah.
there and it keeps cutting back, and the lightning's going, and the electric is going in the laboratory, but it's a little too long for my pace. I'm like, give me one good bolt and bring him down, not like 5 bolts.
Sometimes it
weird.
needs that much.
Yeah, I guess
You really
so,
think
yeah.
one bolt is going to do the trick? You're bringing a human back to life.
Yeah, it's no wham bam shit, man.
I don't know.
It's many bolts.
Yeah, but
many bolts.
as a filmmaker, I just need the one moment. I don't need like a way too long of a.
It's realistic,
cut.
Will. Okay.
Okay, they're super realistic back then, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
So after about 10 hours of that, they bring him down, and you can see a hand, the fingers beginning to flutter.
Ooh.
Oh, and it's actually pretty cool. The makeup that they did on it was pretty cool, with the stitching on his hand, on his arm,
Oh, yeah.
on his wrist.
Oh,
to
yeah.
It looks
indicate-
pretty cool.
yeah, I liked it.
And his fingers are all moving. And what do you think Dr. Frankenstein says, Alenka?
What do you think?
It's alive!
It's alive!
I get it right. I think I sounded
And
just
that's
like
it.
him.
You did.
And that's the
Bravo.
movie.
It's not the movie, but they're like, my God, Henry. And he's like, God, I know what it feels like to be God.
Oh, yeah. He's got a complex a little bit, eh?
Yeah. And apparently that line was originally cut. There's a ton of cuts to this movie because of censorship in Hollywood in the 30s. So they cut that line. Like in the original release, that
Too
line was not there.
blasphemous?
Yeah,
he just
too
didn't say
blasphemous.
anything. He was just like,
Yeah. That's all.
just
it's like,
really happy, just standing there like,
Eh?
he just makes a shit ton of noises.
But it's funny because I was like waiting for the reveal of Frankenstein, of the monster. But he's like, I know what it feels like to be God. And then it just fades out. Like you don't actually see what the
Okay.
monster looks like yet.
Weird.
And then
Curious choice.
It is very curious. And then it fades back up in the Frankenstein manner with Elizabeth and
What?
Victor talking to Henry's
best
father,
actor in the movie.
Yes, the best actor, very much. Yeah.
Where the hell did they find that guy?
Oh, he's so good.
Is he actually fantastic?
He's like your dream role. He's like this old, angry man.
Who
that is my personal dream role.
Half his dialogue has got to be like improv because there's so many times there's like what yeah, he's like, oh, what's this here? Like he's always like talking to people. Like I don't think you're supposed to be talking to this person.
And he's like, there aren't even railings for these stairs, and god damn it, it's like
he's
grumpy
just
old man
legitimately
shit. It's so good.
It's like super grumpy guy.
Basically,
I love him.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
He probably just was, and they just found him, and they're like, "You,
maybe
you're perfect."
Yeah. Now, is it supposed to be the wedding day or like a day or two before the wedding? I think
it's a few days prior.
Yeah,
yeah.
So he's all complaining. He's like, "Why is my son not living in this nice house with a pretty fiance? Why is he on a tower?" Blah, 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 blah. Like he's very upset that his son is not there. And he's like, well, I'm going to find my son. And this is also the part I mentioned that there's a maid who comes in and she has the 30s New York accent. I swear to God, like we should rewatch it back and see if it is. But
this is so his dad goes to his tower.
Yeah.
And he finds the maid and she says, "Niet, not here."
Oh,
well, no. Sorry. The maid is in their manor. This is a manor. This is in the manor scene of like
Frankie's dad.
Frankenstein's house. Yeah.
Frankie dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so they're just like, I'm going to go get him back. Basically, that's what he says. But they're all like, it's weird. They're also like, you can't disturb him in his work. Like,
but
I don't understand.
Just disturbed him.
Yeah. And they just saw his work. Are they not horrified? Or maybe they're not. I don't even know.
Well, actually, we don't know, I guess, if he really did reveal any body.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what's really weird about that choice to fade out and suddenly they're back at the manor. Seems like
talking about this.
Yeah.
Right now, it seems so dumb.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about it until
It seems
now.
like a scene that should have happened later, or like, I don't know. I feel like they just didn't film enough. They didn't have a script supervisor on this set. That's what it was.
It was probably super racy and like they're really like erotic and bloody and murderous, and they had to cut everything out. And that's what this is what we get.
Yeah.
We just get this big old gap of nothing bullshit that makes no sense.
Yeah, the original scene, Frankenstein just got up like butt ass naked and his big Franken dick is just swinging around. And they just like, they had to cut that because it was just like, oh, we can't show that. So that's
they
why.
were like, why did you invest so much time in finding this monstrous Franken dick when you could focus barely on making him a normal guy?
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
That's my fetish. So
Poppy
actually,
goes to the tower.
No, not yet. The next scene is at the tower, and Frankenstein and Dr. Waldman are sitting at the table talking about the monster and how it's like, and Waldman's like, you got to kill that thing. And Frankenstein's like, it's just been a couple days. He's been in the dark the whole time. Like, he's just learning. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I guess they just left him to roam around downstairs.
Left him in the pitch darkness by himself. Poor guy just woke up from the weirdest nap he's ever had. And that's just it. They neglect him for days. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
What? It's so weird. Like, you would think if like
sad.
It is.
Oh, yeah. Well, right.
Well, this movie is so sad with the monster. And you'll see. Like, and I don't know what they intended with the movie, if they intended that or not, because it's very sad.
I'm upset now.
Sorry, pal.
But then suddenly you hear like he's like walking up the stairs.
How'd you do that? That was a good one.
I'm banging on the table. That
sounds amazing.
That's not sound effects.
That sounds so good.
I'm a Foley artist.
You are? What the fuck? That sounds so good. He's tap dancing up the stairs.
Yeah, and then they're like, shh, turn the lights off. And they turn the light off. Really doesn't affect much because it's film and old timey film,
black and white.
Yeah.
So it looks exactly the same.
Yeah. And then what happens?
The monster. Is that the monster?
Yeah.
That's him walking, right?
It's him walking.
Okay, I was like, is that the dad banging on the castle door? I don't know where we're at. Right. Okay. Sorry, I got turned around. Go figure. So this is the great reveal of Boris Karloff as the monster.
Oh.
He's huge.
Yeah.
Really?
He's a big boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything looks of the same size or some mismatched baby hand on one hand.
Got a little baby.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Starved for parts.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
What
the great thing about this reveal is that the door opens and we see the back of Frankenstein's monster. I'm left to interpret that as in Frankenstein just walked up these stairs backwards the whole time. Or sorry, the monster walked up these stairs backwards.
Yeah.
Because the door opens and he like walks in backward.
Really?
Yeah. And then he turns.
He's like very disoriented, the poor guy. I mean, think about it. He doesn't know up from down, left from right.
Honestly, going realistic with this, the director was probably like, we need to turn him around and reveal his face, his grotesque face. And then everyone was like, he just walked up a bunch of stairs and is opening the door. Why would he be backwards? I don't care. Just put him backwards and turn him around.
Aww. It's so sad to think he just doesn't know how to walk right. And then he gets in and he's like, I can't see anything still. I'll turn around.
Yeah, this movie's basically just pretty people are smart and can do everything right, and ugly, weird people are monsters.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck. Love it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
What has changed? Tell me what's changed.
I'm gonna go hide in an abandoned castle.
I only wish that there were abandoned castles to hide in.
I know. God damn.
Why don't we live in Europe?
Enya got the last one, apparently.
I wish I had an Enya soundboard. I could.
You need to invest in one. Nope. Okay, so we see this big bitch.
Yeah. And he
what a doozy.
He's like, they do that thing where they cut, wide, closer to his face, and his eyeballs are like up in his head.
The artistic choices for his appearance are really weird. Like, I don't know. There's something is not so scary, but very alarming about it.
Yeah.
Like his eyes, like it seems like he has really long eyelashes. Which
interesting.
I don't know. It's just really weird. And with like the flat top hairdo situation and the bangs, it's all bizarre.
And that is true. Like why? But why? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's the,
does
the
it
thing that creeps me out the most about him. Because he's actually quite funny in his mannerisms and stuff. But
he's like childlike.
Yeah.
In a way.
Sense.
But he's just damn weird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it just looks like he's got a huge forehead.
Yeah, he's got a 5 head.
Yeah, he really, I would say a 7 head almost.
Yeah.
I'll give you one better, an 8 head.
Oh,
yeah, that's what he's got.
You're taking it too far.
I am. I know.
Maybe it's because he also has no eyebrows. He looks like Lord Voldemort's drunken uncle.
Great. Aww. Yeah. That's a good reference.
Yeah, you're right.
Thanks. Thank you.
You are accurate.
So he comes in backwards, turns around, and it's kind of like he's like moving around. He kind of is getting his bearings, his legs, and they're all like cautious, but they're kind of Frankenstein's like, oh, like you're my son, you're my boy.
Baby.
He doesn't really say that, but there's a chair, and he's like, yeah,
sit on my knee.
yeah. He's like, sit down, and somehow Frankenstein knows what to
it
do
means.
because that's how it works.
He would have had like a grown human brain, though, so it kind of makes sense that he would understand.
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the idea is that it's just like fresh knowledge. I highly recommend, if you've never seen it, watching the National Theater live production of Frankenstein with Benedict Cumberbatch and what's his name, Johnny, another
John C.
guy.
Reilly.
They played Frankenstein and the monster, but they switched the roles, and they each had their own version of the monster.
Oh wow!
Benedict Cumberbatch's monster is better, in my opinion, but basically it's a stage production, and it's really, really awesome.
Cool.
Really
I
great.
probably won't watch it. But
You
thank
should, because the whole opening scene is Benedict Cumberbatch like fucking flopping on the ground for like 10 minutes trying to find his legs, because it's like,
Oh, we should
what if
watch.
a adult human being became alive suddenly?
That's
We
fair.
actually
He'd be
should
just like a
That's
baby.
see that.
I would maybe
I'd
watch that.
Oh my god.
Good for him.
He did a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. But this Frankenstein knows how to move his legs. And
Yes.
he sits the fuck down.
He sits down. Yeah.
And Papa Frankie is like,
Papa Frankie goes like, he opens the fucking roof to like bring the sunlight in, because
oh,
Frankie
it's going to be a no
Monster.
for him.
no, it's a big yes.
Oh.
Frankenstein's monster like reaches up and is trying to grab at the sun. It's actually really like,
That is
the
cute.
sun.
Oh,
It's
And
touching.
then,
baby.
and then he closes it on him like a fucking bastard.
What an ass.
And
Why?
because he's, I don't know,
Torturous.
he's horrible.
Yeah. Just a bad guy.
Hmm?
So he closes it on him, and then basically Frankenstein like reaches out and he's like, "Oh, more! Give me more, sir! More sun, sir!"
He's such a
Yeah.
cute baby.
That is Sam's reaction when we watched this movie. She was like, "I love him so much." So yeah, and then fucking Fritzy Pal shows up with his torch. And it's just like, get away from the monster. Like, it's the monster. And then the fucking monster is scared by the fire, hates Fritz, and just starts like going crazy. Yeah. That's exactly how he sounds.
It's true.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
kind of sounds like Adam Sandler in The Water Boy when he starts freaking out.
Jesus.
That is actually an apt
Accurate.
comparison. Yeah.
Same guy, probably.
Yeah. Adam Sandler time traveled and played
Frankenstein.
Fritz. Yeah. Oh no,
As
it's Frankenstein. Yeah.
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 And then what happens? Where are we at here?
Well, they
He's just scared of fire.
Yeah.
he gets knocked out, right? Or what? They tie him up. Anyway, they put him down in this cellar.
Yes.
They
They
like
get him
lock
down
him in
there.
the cellar.
Yeah, they like shoot him up with something.
No,
What
that's
the
later
fuck?
though.
Oh, never
They
mind.
don't
that's
shoot him
later.
up this time. They just like somehow get him down the cellar. They tie him up and knock him out or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Why? He wasn't even doing anything.
Because he's showing his criminal tendencies because he hates fire? I don't know. Do
Ugh.
criminals hate fire? I think they do.
Classic.
I've downloaded movies, so I'm technically a criminal. So
And you
I hate fire. Yeah, I
All
do.
right.
Yeah.
Great. That's fine. That'll stand in a court of law or something. I don't know. Okay. So Frankie is in the cell.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And
what?
Fritz is
Yeah.
being an asshole again. He's just
Yeah.
like trying to fucking scare him with
Prod
fire.
him, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whip him.
Is he
Whip
jealous?
the ground around him. He is jealous.
So
Is he
jealous.
actually?
No, I don't know. You
It
could read
sounds
that.
like
You could,
it sounds like a jealousy issue, to be honest.
Mhm.
It does because
Yeah, new baby, old baby. The older sibling gets jealous of the new baby. You know.
Yeah.
that does happen.
It does, yeah.
It does.
So then our lovely monster retaliates.
Yeah.
Good.
We don't
Does
see
he
it
kill him?
happen.
Does he
We-
kill
Off
him?
screen.
Yeah, it's off screen. We hear a shriek as the professor and Frankenstein are upstairs, and they run down and they see somehow Frankenstein has gained the knowledge to be able to tie like a noose rope and hang
Cool.
Fritz.
Nice.
Yeah, so bye, Fritz.
Yeah,
So he's done.
He's
Fritz is
dead.
Bye. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's all
That's
gone.
cool.
Yeah, he's
Well,
a bad.
don't fucking poke the bear. Am I right?
Exactly.
Amen.
Idiot.
So Waldman and Frankenstein are like, oh, they kind of back away from the monster as he tries to escape the door, and they close and lock the door on him. And Waldman is just like we have to kill him now, and like we can do it painlessly and whatever. Like we'll knock him out with I forget what was it called. I don't know. It's a scientific medical.
A
Dealio.
hypodermic needle with
That's what
some
it is.
crap in it.
Yeah,
With some shit.
it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Literal shit.
So they like run upstairs, come back down, and they're like, open the door. And the plan is when he opens the door, Frankenstein will come, or the monster will come and attack Frankenstein, and Waldman will stab him in the back with the needle to knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
And the plan goes according to plan.
Oh, okay, good.
It was a good plan.
Yeah,
It
very good.
worked.
Yeah, it did work.
That's never happens.
Honestly, I thought it wasn't going to work. I thought like, oh, is this when Frankenstein escapes? Because,
Yeah.
you know,
Why
like,
would it work?
would
You
this
know?
big monster man be able to be knocked out by a simple needle? But I guess he does. Yeah.
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 And then they just lock him up again?
Well,
Right?
as he gets knocked out, that's when Father, Fiance, and Victor show up at the
Mm.
door.
Right.
Yes. Perfect timing.
It's actually one of my favorite scenes in the movie of Baron Frankenstein, Frankenstein's dad, just like ripping apart how shitty his place is. It's a classic, like, you're like, well-to-do dad shows up at your shitty apartment. It's like, how do you live here? What a dump, you know? And he
What a dump.
just destroys it. It's such a good scene.
It's
But
amazing.
it's all
Nothing
in
has
his
changed.
old-timey way with his like funny little round glasses. And he's like, holy crap, what the hell? How do you live in here?
Oh man.
And it does seem to be a lot like very improvised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is,
It's
yeah.
really
He's just picking at everything.
yeah, it's really
Oh,
cute.
really? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they go up to see Frankenstein. At this point, though, they had dragged the monster back into the cellar. And the doctor was like, don't worry, I'll make sure, like, I'll kill the monster. I'll make sure it's done. Because they go up to see Frankenstein in the top of the tower, and like he's
A weeping
like sees
willow.
Elizabeth. Yeah. He's like,
Aw.
hello, Elizabeth. And then he like collapses on the ground. He's like exhausted, I guess,
Yeah.
from fighting the monster.
And his dad
Sure.
is like, get him some brandy. That'll
Yeah.
put him straight.
That's why I put brandy in my drink, because they fucking go like,
Is it?
drink brandy, you know?
Yeah.
That's their
will
default thing.
Wake him up.
It's medicine, yo.
It's elixir.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
medicine.
It's Baron Frankenstein's
shit
magic
heal you.
elixir.
We should, yeah.
Yeah. So then they
Yeah.
take Henry back
Henry.
to his dad's house.
Yeah.
You're
I
down
think-
with me.
Yeah. And then
It's
there's
like
like
they
a.
leave. Yeah, and they leave Waldman to deal with the monster because he said he would. So
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He gave him his word, you know.
It
Yeah.
really does sound like, yeah, like an intervention of like parents that have like this kid like moved out unwillingly to them. And
Yeah.
they were like, we're taking you home, young man.
absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. We've all had
Hilarious.
friends like that.
Yeah, exactly.
We've all
like, we got to
been
get
that
you out of this
friend.
fucking place. Yeah. So there is a small scene where they're like out on the terrace of the house,
Mhm.
and like Frankenstein has gained his senses back, and he's like, I missed you so much, and
Oh, he's
let's
like,
get married soon. And like he's just like, they're
and they have
she's
that
like-
really cool dog that didn't seem alive at their
He's
feet.
just laying there.
It's
Yeah.
this very scenic, kind of romantic. They're outside on a veranda or in a park. There's willow trees, blah, blah, blah. And they're being all romancy, and it's like soft focus. They're so beautiful. But then, yeah, if you look down at their feet, there's like this big dog that doesn't move at all. And I'm like, I was like,
Is it alive?
the way things were done back in the day is very questionable.
Yeah.
So I immediately
You're just like, this
went,
dog is not cooperating. You better
Let's kill it.
Well,
use
no,
the
yeah.
hypodermic on.
Yeah. Oh, true. Just a knocked out dog. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
might have been.
I-
though.
Let's
Anyway,
pretend
they're
it's
like, let's
fine
get-
and move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, let's get married
It's a
soon,
well.
Elizabeth. And she's like, okay. And that's that scene.
Okay.
And then we cut to Dr. Waldman in the top of the tower, like examining the monster, like getting ready to kill the monster. It doesn't really show exactly what he's doing. It's like, why not just
Yeah, because he's got his whole like surgical tools laid out, and
Yeah.
he's like going for a
You don't need
scalpel or
that.
something to go get it to like cut Frankenstein, the monster's abdomen.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
like,
like
are
he's
you just
doing like a
supposed to like off the guy and be done with it? What are you doing?
Yeah, why are you being so dainty
well,
about
he's like
it?
an anatomy professor. He's got
Yeah.
to study every part.
Yeah,
He's
he's
cut
like
him open
writing
slowly.
in his notes,
Yeah.
and he underlines dissection like
Yeah.
a bunch of times.
And of
He's like-
course,
He needs to make
Frankie-
sure.
Frankie Monster Boy's eyes start opening. And
Oh,
as
yeah.
he's working on him, he like opens his hand. And at first I thought he was going to grab his ass. That's what
It
it
does.
looked like.
It does angle as such. Yes.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And then he brings his hand and then he grabs him by the neck and then he basically just chokes him to death off
Yeah.
screen. He starts choking and then it fades out.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Waldman's gone too.
Yeah.
Fritz is gone.
Oh.
Waldman's gone. Okay. Our cast
Okay.
is diminishing.
That's our count.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Death count 2.
Dose.
So-
and is this when they're preparing for the wedding?
No, I think it's still
No?
it's still the monster. Basically, it fades out, but then fades back in as the monster is like running down the stairs, trying to find a way out.
Right.
Aw.
Yeah.
Like, and he kind of opens the cellar door, where he was kept, and he like jumps away from it, all scared. He's like, really, really, you have a lot of empathy for the monster in
The
this movie.
monster. He doesn't know.
He's very childlike, and then he opens the door and he runs out, and he's kind of like wandering through the hills. And then this next scene is both.
What is
like-
that?
That's Aleka.
In a phone.
Mm, mm.
Dang, dang.
So this next scene is both like very, I don't know, very. I found it kind of funny, but it's also horrifying. But basically,
Why?
there's this little girl.
Oh yeah, we're
and
at
she's
this.
this little girl, and she is her father's
Interesting.
going into town. She's like, "Oh, you be careful," or whatever. She's just at home playing in the field
by a lake.
by a lake, and then Frankenstein
By
is
herself.
wandering around and comes, and she's like, "Want to play with me?" and grabs his hand.
What's your name?
And then is like, she's like
That's
giving
too
him
good.
flowers, and she gives him this flower, and he has a big fucking smile on his face.
He's so
Just
stoked
the
about those
sweetest, yeah.
daisies.
Oh,
But daisies smell like poop, and they're smelling them, pretending they're all nice, and I know that that's gross.
I know they don't smell
Like
good.
that shit
Yeah.
stinks, you know. And she's like throwing
Bakers.
them. She's like throwing them in the water, and they're floating. And he throws one in the water and floats, and he's having fun, and it's all super
so
fun.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, what does he think that he needs to do?
Throw the little girl in the water.
You bet.
Yeah.
You
Because she'll
bet.
float.
You win a prize.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Do
he
it.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry, I had a
There we go.
glitch there.
We're good. Yeah.
That's okay. Okay, so he.
Oh, we're back. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Oh yeah. So he picks her up and throws her in the fucking water, and she dead.
She just dies from the water, or
Yeah.
she,
Well,
drowns.
She
Like,
drowns.
She doesn't
She
know how
doesn't
to swim.
Yeah.
It-
Yeah. I actually queued up the video of that because I think it's just really ridiculous. But
Okay, I will watch this.
okay, so this is the scene of Frankenstein throwing the little girl in the water.
Oh no. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I ran out of daisies.
No, you're hurting me! No! Whee!
Okay.
Okay.
That was
So-
super weird.
So he's very alarmed because he's like, bitch, why
He's
you
like,
stuck
she didn't
like a
come
brick?"
back. Yeah.
Oh man.
What the fuck? Yeah, it's very weird because he doesn't make much noise.
He's just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna run away now.
And he runs away. But he recognizes that it was not a good
Yeah,
thing.
he immediately is like, oh fuck,
Okay, I'm
I
out.
fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Aww.
Hmm.
He
Yeah,
didn't
that's-
know.
Weird.
So that's sad.
I just feel bad for him, Not even the little girl. Kaylyn's getting through that beverage.
It's so murky.
Ooh.
You've got a ring of shit.
Yeah. Filth.
Absolute filth.
So now it's wedding day. Everything's prepped
Okay.
for their wedding. Elizabeth and Henry. I fucking hate calling him Henry, but
I know. Every time we
Franken-
do, it's like, ooh,
Not right.
it's wrong.
and everything's happy. They're all having a good ass time. They're drinking, toasting to the bride and groom. The father's all like to a son. May they have a son, future son.
Oh, to
Yeah.
a son.
Yeah.
He just keeps saying the word son. They're like, so how do you feel about the wedding? A son. I will get my son.
And they're drinking. I don't know. This is very specifically referenced twice, but they're drinking a bottle of wine that his grandfather or grandmother bought for his grandfather. I don't know. It's been in the family for ages, this bottle of wine.
Okay.
But the grandmother hid it from the grandfather. I don't know. It's a weird little story that they keep referencing. But
Yeah.
that's
Is
what
it
they're
relevant?
drinking.
They bring it up
No.
twice.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
I'm like,
And it's not important?
that funny. The
No.
bit is that the grandma gave him the bottle of wine, but wouldn't allow him to drink it. So they're drinking it now.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck
Like, ha, ha,
you.
my wife doesn't like it when I drink. Ha ha, but she's dead now, so let's drink it. It's
Yeah.
really weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So they
Doesn't add
toast.
anything.
It must
They
have
give-
been a knee slapper in 1931.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's just an inside joke that we don't
They give some
understand.
champagne to the help too, which is it's fairly nice for a 30s baron in Bavaria, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get like half a sip and they're like, he's like, okay, back to your duties. But he's a hard ass.
Yeah, he is, yeah. But a weird
It's just a little
best
taste.
actor
Can we
in the
talk
movie.
about how awesome the villagers are? Like, they're so stoked
Oh.
for the Baron and son to get
Oh,
married.
yeah.
Are they
Yeah.
all there?
Yeah, meanwhile, yeah, the village is having a big party, and this is like a big
Oh.
Hollywood set, but it's like a Bavarian village, and
Yeah.
they're all in their outfits, and they're all playing
Lederhosen
music
and
and dancing. Yeah,
Loose
Yes.
dresses. It's
there's a great one
ridiculous.
shot of just like the camera walking through town as they're all dancing around, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
So they're
this
not
is
even
fun.
at the wedding. They're literally just celebrating
Well,
in
the
streets.
manor is like in the main village, like it's
He's
the
like-
biggest
it's
house
kind of
probably
a-
in the village.
Yeah, it's kind of like he's like the lord of the land sort of dealio.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like the Frankensteins live in like this giant mansion, and then it's all like the villager people.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
he plies them all with free beer for the day, so they're really
Nice.
happy. you
So
know?
they're super stoked.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
They love them beer in
Yeah.
Germany.
Bavaria.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bavaria.
Well,
Uh,
Oktoberfest is a Bavarian thing, isn't it?
Oh, are you an expert and you've just been holding out on us the
No.
whole time?
No, that's the only reason I think I know about Bavaria, though, is because
Of beer?
is because of Oktoberfest. You don the Bavarian garb in order to adequately celebrate beer
Yeah,
drinking.
exactly.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
So they're
Hike up your shorts.
they haven't started the wedding yet because the professor hasn't arrived
they're
yet.
getting drunk.
Waldman hasn't come yet.
Oh.
And they're like waiting for Professor Waldman to arrive and they're
Keep
like, oh,
waiting,
he'll arrive.
boys.
And Elizabeth is like, I have a feeling like something's wrong. Something's going to happen today.
Something's
just
going
know
to
it.
tear us apart.
Yeah.
I can't get it out of my mind. Everything would be fine if I could just stop thinking about it.
Is that what she says?
Pretty
Basically.
much.
Yeah.
Now, when she says something's going to tear us apart, does she mean their marriage or literally their bodies? Because I gather the
you
second.
could interpret it as both. I don't know.
It sounds like a little bit of Hollywood foreshadowing to me,
Yeah.
darling.
Very obvious Hollywood foreshadowing. So he's like, oh, it's okay. But then Victor arrives at the door and is like, it's Dr. Waldman. Like, he's not here. He's been murdered. Like, I don't know how they
He just
found out.
comes in.
Yeah.
He's like, what? Wait, Waldman's not here. Must be murdered.
Yeah.
I don't know how they know, but they know Waldman's dead.
Yeah.
And he's like, the monster had escaped. And then they're like, oh, we have to. And then they hear the monster go. And they're
His
just like,
noises make me laugh so hard.
and then they're like, he's here. And then they hear another one. He's like, he's upstairs. And it's like,
Yeah.
he's on
They
the house
know. They've
somehow.
got very good hearing.
He gets around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's quick boy.
But this is
very
the
fast.
moment where it's like, why? I don't know why you do this, but
Oh my God.
the fiance is all like, Henry, I'm scared. And she's like, don't worry, I'll protect you. He closes the door and locks it with a
from the
key
outside.
as she's trying to get out.
He's just like, don't worry, you'll be safe in here, and locks her in a room.
Good.
By
Yes.
yourself.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
thought it was a good idea. Cat. All right.
I mean, I get it. Like, stay in here, but I don't know. It just seemed like a very
Yeah, no, the locking
thing
doesn't
to
need to
do.
be done.
Yeah.
I'm sure she didn't need to get locked in.
No.
Yeah.
It's a trust issue, I think. They
Yeah,
probably shouldn't get married anyway.
no.
probably not. Not after all the times she's treated her pretty terribly.
Yeah. So then they go upstairs. Go figure, the monster's not there.
Yeah.
And then we cut to the inside of the room that's been
Oh.
locked from the
Oh.
outside.
Oh.
Elizabeth. Ooh, sadly pining. What's gonna happen? What's wrong? I sense something. And then the monster's at the window.
Oh,
and
no.
like it takes her a long time to realize that
Yeah,
he's
it does.
there. He creeps in because he's really stealthy and quiet and dainty.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she literally like gets up and he's right behind her, but she just walks across the room and doesn't notice him.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then I think she's at the door when she finally turns around, and then the monster's like,
And then again, a tasteful fade. It fades out
That's it.
all the time on these scenes. Yep.
Come on.
And
It's
then they hear
pretty silly.
screaming and they run down to the room and they open it and my camera turned off. No worries. They opened it and
it was a fade out. It was a fade to
It
black
was.
at the perfect time.
so they open the door because the maids can't open the door after hearing the screaming because fucking Frankenstein has the key, the idiot. And
Yeah.
then he opens the door and she's not dead, but she's hurt and kind of like, get it away, get it
She's,
away, like on the
Sexily fainted with her hair perfectly out.
bed.
And she's like, oh.
As you do.
Oh no. Don't let him near me. Ah.
Basically, yeah.
Wait, is she actually hurt or is she just overreacting? Like, is she just scared? Do
I
we
don't
know?
We don't know what with her, but
We
the
don't know with
monsters
that one.
escaped. And as everyone is partying in town, they're all dancing. Maria, the little girl who drowned, her
Oh, yeah.
father walks in holding her drowned dead body. And this is again a very long scene where he just walks through the whole village and they're all like, oh my God, what? And he's just walking.
It's very long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walking
It
with
is
this
kind of
dead little
creepy.
girl.
Like that girl
Yeah.
was really good at playing a dead
Yeah.
Corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Playing
just
dead.
dead.
Just a
Yeah.
dead
Very
girl.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Solid
real
dead
dead.
And other
Yeah.
little kids
Yeah.
see the dead corpse, so they're traumatized for
Yeah,
life.
that's what a.
Yep.
Yeah, he's heartbroken, I guess.
Oh yeah. Sort of looks like Louise Guzman. It's kind of
Really?
funny, but yeah, a little bit.
Who's
That's
that?
funny. It's Guzman.
Guzman, yeah,
Louis Guzman.
yeah.
He's an actor.
He's an actor, but yeah.
I actually know this guy, which is weird. He's in comedies, I think, usually. That's probably why.
Well,
Yeah,
what's
he
he
is,
doing in 1930 Frankenstein?
Time
What the
travel.
fuck's he doing in 1930
Whoa.
Frankenstein? Well, from what I gather, it is a comedy.
So he carries her in the town, and this is another character we didn't talk about, but it's the Burgermeister, the
Bergamot?
the Burgomaster,
The Burger Master.
who's
What a
basically like
title.
he's like the mayor, basically of the
Flips
town.
mad birds.
Flips the mayor. He's like the mayor of the town, and he comes into the Frankenstein Manor the one time, and him and Baron Frankenstein don't like each other because they're like goodbye, Burgomaster, and he's like goodbye Frankenstein. He leaves like he's.
It sounds like they have a crush on each other.
Yeah, they might have some tension.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, we will find this murderer, this monster. And so they split up into 3 search parties. The
There's the
father
lake group.
goes to the
lake
woods.
group.
Yeah. The
There's
father
the
goes to the
mountain
woods.
dudes. And then what are
Mountains
the other ones?
dude. Yeah. Mountains dudes goes with Frankenstein. And then the Burgomaster leads the lake group. So,
Yeah, the easy one.
yeah.
Bitch. Well, not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they go on a search party, pitchforks and
Fire.
torches, like you guessed, Alenka. Very
It's well
aptly.
known.
Yeah.
That's a well-known one.
And of course, all the women stay behind and they all look frightened as they walk by them. There's a lot of shots of
Right.
all the women
Yo,
watching
those
the
women
men
were
leave.
smart because that's
Yeah.
where all the free beer was.
Exactly.
They were like, "We'll stay."
We're gonna hold down the fort.
Glow,
Ollie,
glow, glow.
Good luck to you.
And yeah, so they split up at the crossroads. It's literally they're all marching to this crossroads. And it's like, all right, left, right, and center. They all
That's
split
amazing.
up.
Yeah.
That's how the world works.
Exactly. So
1930.
Frankenstein is leading the mountain crew.
Yes. Which
And
looks
he
like a
gets-
scene, like a set
Yeah.
from
Oh.
like Star Trek.
It is. You can actually
What?
see the folds in the backdrop cloth that
Yeah.
they're using as like the clouds. It's really
That's amazing.
I just kind of squinted my eyes to like get the illusion that
Yeah.
he was on a mountain.
I wanted to believe so badly.
Yeah.
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 So they like he gets separated from the group because he's like, no, this way, everyone, but he's too far away from the same set they reuse over and over again for every shot.
I really love that where he's like, guys, this way. But he's like
Guys.
half-assedly saying guys
Yeah.
this way because he's like, I have to
Guys.
split up though for the sake of the story.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they're like, Frankenstein, where are you? And he's like, guys, guys.
I'm here. I'm over here,
Guys.
guys.
Oh, never mind. So
But he gets split
That's
up.
cool.
Yeah.
And then he's confronted by the monster, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So we have the creator and the created coming face to face. It's dramatic.
And fucking Monster Boy knocks him out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
He does this
Bam.
great like double fisted swing thing. He
Ow.
uses his own fists as a
Yeah.
club. That's his move.
It's
You
like
what?
pendulous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he knocks motherfucker out.
Motherfucker.
And he carries Frankenstein. He's up the mountain to like a windmill. Meanwhile, they've let the dogs on, so the dogs follow the monster.
Okay.
And so they all end up at the windmill with Frankenstein's monster and Frankenstein in the windmill. He locks the door. Well, it's kind of funny. He gets into the windmill, closes the door, and then conveniently a big wooden log falls in front of the door, just like randomly.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. He doesn't even move it. It just falls conveniently. Yeah.
Very good.
And there's a lot of scenes of the monster carrying Frankenstein up the stairs.
Upstairs.
But like 3 separate like ladders. Like it was unnecessary. They could have just cut to the last ladder, but he carries them up 3 separate ladders.
You gotta
You
know
know-
how high they're going.
Yeah, they go pretty high up into the windmill.
It's also bragging. Like
It is,
that's-
yeah.
That they had the budget for 3 ladders.
That's true. 3
True.
ladders. Yeah.
It's just bragging.
You know, and they do the stage carry. You can see the actor who plays Frankenstein, like helping by like walking up the stairs at the last minute. Then he just flops his legs down once they get to the top. But you clearly see he stepped up himself. But.
Yeah, that's some high school theater 101 for
exactly.
Always help the person lifting you.
Exactly.
Because you're heavy.
So, and then Frankenstein, he wakes up. And then they do this little, like, it's actually a cool shot where, because they're at the top and the windmill is like turning. Like the center thing is like turning. It's all wooden slats and stuff. And they're on either side. And they kind of cut to both of them looking at each other through the slats turning. And it's a nice little shot. And then it's kind of just like, he just like walks around. They both like walk around it. And then Frankenstein tries to run away, but the monster gets him easily because. Yeah.
He's a monster. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Big strong
And then
man.
this is Caitlin's favorite scene, I believe.
It is my favorite. So the monster picks up Frankenstein and throws him over the side. And
I've queued it up.
Can we just show her? I don't want to tell her. I just want her to see it. It's
so they're on top of the windmill. They're struggling. They're fighting on top, like on the roof now of the windmill. And Frankenstein picks.
I watched this last night to get prepared because I need to be prepared for this, obviously. But and I stopped, rewound this, and like made my partner come in the room to show him because I was like cry laughing. So enjoy.
I'm ready.
All right.
Everybody quiets. Oh, wow. That is pretty.
Mid-fall, Frankenstein lost his knees. I love when they use dummies.
The dolls.
Ready?
Well, it's like Super Dave Osborne in those Super Dave videos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so for those that didn't get to see that beautiful clip, basically, boy gets tossed way over, and he hits one of the windmill blades, I guess is what you'd call it. And it takes him up and then back over, and he flops back down. And I think the villagers were cheering until they realized who had fallen.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, the windmill blade apparently is what stopped him from dying.
Oh, he doesn't die?
No.
Shut the fuck up.
Henry's fine.
Yeah.
He's just
because he broke his fall on the windmill blade.
Yeah,
even though it looks like he broke his back on the windmill blade.
Literally.
His kneecaps are liquid, and he's a noodle man, but he's okay.
Yeah, it very much looks like he is dead, but I guess he's fine, so that's good.
Exactly,
because it was like his costume stuffed with straw,
right? Yes, yeah. So he was ready for the fall.
Yeah.
And now the saddest part of the whole movie. It's really sad.
I know what's gonna happen.
The villagers, they're like, okay, well, take Henry back to his house, like take him back into town. And then they're all just like, burn the mill, burn it. And so they light the mill on fire.
Aww.
But like there's many cuts and scenes of Frankenstein's monster just running around like like trying to escape.
Because we've established he's very terrified of fire.
Yeah.
The whole movie.
Oh. And he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He just knows people trying to hurt him and he's trying to defend himself.
Yeah.
So a big wooden log like falls and traps him.
No.
The movie utilizes the effect of speeding up the film.
And he joins a traveling show.
Don't lie to me. You can't say that.
I mean, he definitely has to escape because there's a sequel to this, isn't there? Bride of Frankenstein?
Which I haven't seen. So,
I haven't seen it either. So.
Okay.
Me neither, so we're all fine.
But like, I'm assuming he somehow lives, or because he was reanimated to begin with, he reanimates again. But
Oh.
True,
For
true.
a further episode.
Yeah. Okay. But for the sake of the end of this film, it is implied that he burns to death in this fire.
By mill fire.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's like screaming. It's really horrible.
Yeah. It's rather jarring. Yes.
Yeah. And then the end of this film
is dumb.
It is very fucking stupid.
What the fuck happened?
They have to air it out a bit, you know?
Yeah.
So Frankenstein's recovering in bed and his dad brings out
well, the maids are all like like rushing to the bedroom with their tray of the fucking grandmother wine. And they're like, and the Baron's like, oh, I don't think he's ready yet. And they're like, well, we just thought that Herr Frankenstein would like a taste of his grandmother's wine. And he's like, no. And then he's like, but I will drink it.
What?
And that's it.
Why?
Yeah,
they end with a really bad running joke.
Yeah. And
what the fuck? We didn't even get it at the first time.
He closes the door and he toasts to a future grandchild, a future son. He's like, to a son to the house of Frankenstein. And I think the metaphor is that like Frankenstein made his son and he's going to be haunted by his creation. But like, it's a weird ending because he's just like, yeah, toast. Everyone's good except for the monster.
Is this wine in the book?
No, this is
none
not
of
the
this
book.
is in
Yeah.
the book. The book ends in like the Arctic.
Oh yeah, the book is really The book ends with basically the monster floating on a fucking like ice, like an iceberg with Frankenstein.
It's like a funeral pyre, basically.
Yeah, and he sets both him and his creator on fire.
Yeah.
Oh.
So at least the fire part was true to the book.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But that's the end.
So that's that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's a sad story.
Yeah.
Yeah. You really do. You do wonder, like, did they want everyone to hate the monster by the end? Or is it like...
No way.
Because honestly, watching like the Robbie De Niro Frankenstein or reading the book, you have empathy for the monster, but the monster like turns evil based on his experiences in the world.
Yeah. Well,
this monster...
Yeah, the thing with the book, though, is like, even so... It's because of humanity. It's the way he's been treated by humans that, like, that's why he becomes violent and murderous. It's like, it's kind of vengeful in a way. So there is still some, like, basic, like, sympathy for him. Probably,
but this movie, he's just a misunderstood
absolutely
being
yeah
who doesn't understand that throwing a little girl in a lake will kill her.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I guess like the two people he killed in the castle really, I guess, didn't
We're
have
harming
to happen.
him.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
and
all
I feel
defense.
like this is just a situation in which he actually doesn't really understand his strength. Perhaps.
Yeah. It's like when you cage like a wild animal and they lash out or something. You know? Can they be blamed for that? Because the same thing applies like when he kills the girl. It's like one of those situations where how can you blame something that doesn't have a moral compass because it has no experience?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
Wow.
we'll have to do an episode on the
Wow.
on the Kenneth Branagh Frankenstein. It's more close to the book.
Yeah,
and,
it is.
Has a lot of nude Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, he's constantly soaking wet without a shirt on.
Just sweaty.
This is the Frankenstein?
Yeah.
The monster?
No.
This is the This is what?
Dr. Frankenstein.
The doctor's constantly shirtless. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Just Porque.
rubbing his nipples while he's trading this monster.
I made a sick monster.
He's got kind of like a similar hairdo to me. So when it's all like slick and in the rain and stuff, it looks really like early 90s. Like,
yeah. And again, it's all, well, minus Bobby De Niro. It's just like English actors, but they're supposed to be in Germany or Bavaria, whatever.
Classic.
And they're just like, hey, Frankenstein, regular accent.
I guess it's really hard to get an actual German actor.
I
guess
do
so.
like in that movie though with the scene with Helena Bonham Carter who
Mhm.
plays Elizabeth,
Yes.
his love interest, and how the monster Frankenstein like reanimates her because she dies.
She gets
and-
killed by the monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, and then she looks so scary. It's so
Mhm.
sick.
Spooky girl.
Yeah,
can't remember-
watch it. Watch it.
Yeah.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
on Netflix now. They just added
Oh
it.
shit!
Yeah,
I might
get it.
actually.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
All these other movies have been somewhat inaccessible because if not on Netflix, you ain't watching it. Bitch,
Yeah,
I
dude.
might.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, that was Frankenstein.
That was Frankenstein,
Okay.
pals.
I'm
So,
sad, but
Alenka,
what?
how many drowned little girls do you give this movie?
Oh, wow.
That's my rating system for today. Yeah.
It's like morbid and all, but I think like as many drowned little girls as it takes to realize that they don't float anymore
Great.
would be my answer.
I would say
which
one.
kind of- that's actually pretty good because
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a learning curve.
yeah.
So I think like
And we all learn at our own pace.
yeah,
Yes.
so it's hard for me to say because it might be 1, might be 10. You
Out
know,
of
Yeah.
5.
And no one should be judged too harshly for how many it takes for their learning curve. Yes.
yeah, yeah. Because you never know. It might be the type of little girl that doesn't float. You know, they're not all the same.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's me trying to relay that I have sympathy for this character because, like, you can't blame him.
No, you can't.
I
Not
don't
at all.
think.
Yeah.
Unless he did continue.
To murder.
I think the
Little
true
girls.
horror we learned from this film, the true horror is the evil that resides in each one of us.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or the evil that resides in Caitlin's drink.
That's true.
It's
Not
very.
no mo.
And it's gone.
It's gone. Ooh.
Now it's inside.
She did
of
enjoy
me.
I know there was no alcohol in
No,
that, but
yeah,
all
no,
the
it's
curdling
in.
probably
I know,
did something.
There's definitely an effect taking place.
I'm very nervous for you for later on in the day.
I have to work in a few hours, so
Ooh.
Yeah. That will be
Godspeed.
interesting.
Take some
Me.
Pepto.
Godspeed me.
I'll get a family-sized bottle on my way. I'll be okay. That'll put me straight.
Well, Katelyn, I want to thank you for coming on to the show.
Mhm.
It's been a
Thank
wonderful
you for
time.
concocting a monstrous beverage and actually downing it.
Yeah.
You know what?
Because I still have half of mine. It was not big.
Sometimes, the best things come out when you're under pressure. So
Exactly.
So procrastinate more.
yeah.
Lesson of the day.
That's-
Yeah.
Lesson of the day.
Well,
Thank
yeah,
you for having me.
where can our listeners hear your music, hear
Oh,
the music you're a part of, or
Yeah.
just want to see you or follow you, whatever you want?
well, you can
Well.
follow. Well, funny, yes, you mention it. I'm in a band called Bad Waitress, so you can follow us on Instagram at Bad Waitress Band, or you can follow us, or you can listen and shit on iTunes and Spotify and YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and so basically all the shit.
Mhm.
The gamut. We're on it. Get it. Put it in ya.
Yeah.
And I haven't been doing anything other than sitting around watching movies, so this is fitting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate being able to talk about Frankenstein with y'all.
Yeah.
Yes, it was fantastic. Thank you. Thank you.
So it was great. So get on that, listen to that. It's really, really great music. I've been listening to it this week. It's really awesome.
I have heard.
Yeah.
I actually saw them live.
Ooh.
It was my favorite experience
Ever.
It's
I
great.
felt very
like
pumped.
as ever, entire life.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah. Ever.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
What was
I don't know.
that's puffy cheeks. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, if you want to follow us, folks, you can follow us at Haven't Seen It Podcast on Instagram and Facebook, or at haven't_seen_it on Twitter. You can go to our website, haven'tseenitpodcast.com. There you will find all our episodes and pictures of our guests and drinks and the list of movies Alenka hasn't seen.
Yeah.
Very, very long. We're adding to it. Lots of spooky movies on there too. Maybe we'll do it next Halloween. Who knows?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
I would say we definitely will.
And please, if you like what we do, like follow us, like, subscribe, write a review on iTunes or Stitcher or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you can write a review, let us know. Ratings and reviews help us rise in this world of podcasting. We are on... This is our second episode of Spooky Movie Month.
Yep.
And we've got 3 more to go.
Oh, shit.
Great guests coming up. Great guests we've just had. It is going to be a fun month. So check us out. Even if you just check us out for Spooky Movie Month, I'll be happy. That'll be great.
Fantastic, Will. Yep. And on that note, folks, keep your fucking shit together, sewn together, and
That's good.
be kind.
That's good.